Good morning, everyone. Today's tutorial is how to make this Murrini peacock feather. I'm going to show you how to make the Murrini, and then we're just going to lay down some teal encased cane and some goldstone. So let's get started. To make this Murrini, these are the colors I picked out. The center is going to be dark Effetre Cobalt. And then I've got some Effetre Mostardo. And then I've got a stringer of Effetre Reddish Brown and a rod of Effetre Nile Green. And I'm going to make the little spiky thing in the center of the eye out of Effetre Turquoise. So those are the colors that I got. Let me lay them down here in order, otherwise I'll screw up for sure. And I've also got this 1/8 inch mandrel that I like to make my Murrini on, just because it's very beefy and thick and my glass isn't going to melt and flop around so much if I use a mandrel. So we don't need a lot. I mean, you can make a lot if you want, but I don't. Let's go ahead and put one loop right on the edge of the mandrel. Then I'm going to put the second loop beside the first one, and I'm making sure that the center there is filled with glass. Sometimes when you're making loops, you forget about the center. Third loop to the right of the second one. Fourth loop here. Good. I'm going to do 5 little loops. 5 little loopy loops. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to put another loop over the top of the first ones. Just trying to build up some beef here for that center eye. Why do I feel like this is too short? You can always add more, right? Adding is fine. Taking away is the hard part. So I add a couple more loops on the end here. And then we'll put the loop-de-loop here. And the loop-de-loop here. Okay. That's a good start. Now I'm going to go ahead and just marver this smooth. It just helps me when I work to marver things nice and smooth. Square up the end a little. All right, now on this barrel, I'm going to take my favorite dental tool and I am going to put in a channel, a canal, right in the center. Straighten things up, square things up if you have to. I make a lot of kaleidoscope canes out of polymer clay, and so this is the technique I use for my kaleidoscopes. And let's see, it could probably be a little deeper. There, so it looks like a little heart that we got going on here. And now I'm going to take my turquoise and I'm going to fill in that little channel. So one stripe of the turquoise stringer into the channel. And let's do another one on top. And then I'm going to come around the sides. And I'm only going to go halfway up the side of this, this cobalt. 3 or 4 looks about halfway. It would help if my cobalt barrel was straight, but we'll straighten it out in a second. Okay, and so one stripe on the other side. We're going to go down halfway point here. All right, let's do some marvering. Marver that. I gotta get this straight. It's really bugging me. It's bugging me! It's bugging me! I don't want to be bugged so early in the morning. Okay, marver that. You kind of want to keep your Murrini nice and smooth and not have any like divots or bumps in it, because then if you do, that's just going to introduce an air pocket, and that is not good when you go to pull it. Okay, so you can see on this, maybe it's not too hot, you can see how that turquoise is down in the center and on the sides. And I'm going to add some more now that I look at it. This side needs one more layer of turquoise, like so. Now you guys could totally go all the way around if you want, but I don't know, the picture that I saw, the turquoise only went halfway up. Just some nice little brush strokes here. Okay, that looks good. Marver down again. Yeah, that looks good. All right, now I got my Mostardo, and I'm gonna do the entire barrel in Mostardo. So get a little gather going, and we're just going to do the painty effect. Seems to go faster if I do it this way, painty down. The brush stroke effect. And I'm not too worried about what is going on the ends of my Murrini, because I'm going to cut what I need out of the center of the Murrini. La 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 la, on a Monday morning, making peacock feathers. Okay. And marvering it down so it'll be nice and smooth. Going for that even wall thickness. But you know what? If it's not super even, that's okay, because it's nature. All right, good. So now I'm going to take my reddish brown stringer, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put down hopefully a thinner layer. That's why I chose the stringer, is because I wanted a thin layer of that brown, not too stark. And of course it's going to take a while, so go grab your cup of coffee, go potty if you have to, pet the dogs. My dogs are always like, Mom, you have time, pet us. Going around, nice little thin lines. Like so. Almost there, you guys. Just a couple more swipes. Okay, I'm happy. All right, let's heat up that brown. And oh my goodness, my cane is growing. It's getting bigger. But it's okay because I'm using a mandrel. And if you use a mandrel, your cane won't flop around. And you won't lose it. I got some area here where I could smush it down a bit more. All right, let's put on the final color. This is the Nile green. This is pretty. This is gonna be pretty. And again, I'm going to use the swipe method. So get a little gather and just swipe that gather right down. Don't shake, even though you had a lot of coffee. Maybe that's why I'm shaking. Sometimes coffee makes me shake and sometimes it calms me down. I don't understand. Caffeine, a very strange elixir. There we go. La 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 la. Almost there. A few more swipes. Mm-hmm. All right, my last swipe. Yay. All right, let's go ahead and marver that down. Now, if you wanted, you could encase this with clear. I don't, because I'm lazy. I don't know if there's like an advantage to encasing it with clear over that Nile green. Maybe for added protection so you don't smudge your Murrini, but I haven't had that problem with this. Okay, I think we're in good shape. Now, I'm going to take my clear rod and I'm going to make a cap. You don't have to use clear. You could have used any of the colors for your caps. I just seem to automatically go for the clear. If it's laying on the table, it's going to get used. Okay, around the outside, and then we're going to coil towards the inside, making sure we grab all that color. And then I'm going to just put on a little poof right here at the top. Good. And that's it. That's our cap on our Murrini. And I'm going to grab another rod here. Hopefully I can find a big fatty one. And we're going to stick that rod in the clear, but not too far. You know, we just want a holder. We don't want it to go all the way into our design. So heating up the tip of that clear poof, heating up my rod, in it goes. Perfect. Now, I don't worry too much about putting a cap on the other end. You can certainly do that if you want to, but it's pretty secure, and I'm going to just be kind of pulling from the center here, and it just seems like it holds on well. What can I say? What can I say? I live on the edge. I'm a wild woman. So I'm just heating up that Murrini nice and slow in the flame, letting that flame soak in into the center, and that Murrini will start to tell you when it's ready. It'll start to stretch. It'll start to stretch a bit and pull a bit, just like that. Okay, I think that's good. I'm gonna let it set a bit. Now I want a fat piece of Murrini, so we're not gonna pull very fast and we're not gonna pull very far. Till right about there. Then you just gotta kind of hold on to it until it hardens up, so that you know when you set it down it's not gonna flop around. Okay, I'm gonna set it down, I'm gonna let it cool, and I'll be back to cut it and show you, and then we'll make our bead. Time for the reveal. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna snip it right about here. And what do we get? Oh, we got the perfect little eye. There we go. There's my little Murrinis. I had to cut them and put them in my hand so you guys could see them. But they came out pretty cute. So yeah, let me get my base bead started and we can finally make our bead. And here's my base bead of just simple white. Why not? And so the first thing we're going to do is put on our Murrini. where is that clear rod that I just used? That's nice and hot. Right, kind of, I don't know, about 2/3 down, 1/3 down, right about there. I'm going to put my little dot of clear because I like having a little glue dot for my Murrini. And now I'm going to take one of those pieces that I just cut, and I'm just going to flick it in and out of the flame to kind of heat it up. And I'm going to heat up that glue dot, and I want to make sure my Murrini's facing in the right direction. I want that little turquoise point to be pointing up. And this is the hardest part of the whole bead, is picking up that Murrini. Okay, there we go. All right, flashy, flashy, flashy. Heat up the glue dot, nice and hot, and put your Murrini down just like so. Give it, oh shoot, and then lose it and it goes flying off. And this is why we have multiple pieces on our workbench. So when they go flying off, you can just simply grab another one. There we go. Don't panic, you guys, it's okay. We can recover. All right, now I have my clear, and I'm going to just get a nice gather on it. Now, some artists are really, really good, and they can press down their Murrini without the clear gather on it. I'm not that good. If I don't have clear on my Murrini, I'm going to smudge it. Guaranteed. So, let's go ahead. I'm heating up that clear dollop, and I'm going to gently smash it down. Just the clear. We're not smashing the Murrini, we're smashing the clear. And then we're going to go in and heat and smash again. Just the clear. And as you're smashing the clear, that Murrini will start to flatten out as well. There we go. And I'm going to leave it a little bit raised like that because we're going to go in now with our feathers. And this is just encased cane. It's a Fetre light sky blue, and I encased it with dark teal. But first, dang it, I forgot the order of all this stuff. This is goldstone encased with the teal. So let's put down that goldstone stem first. And encasing goldstone, I think it's one of my YouTube videos, so you guys can go back and review that, how to encase the goldstone. Sorry, I just knocked the camera. Give it a little press in. And now we can put on the feathers. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I scaled. And I'm going to start here right at the bottom, right there, and just come around and go up to the top, and then go on the other side, and we're just going to go on the outside of that Murrini and up the top, and just keep doing that, kind of like onion layers. So the first two around and up. And then on the third one, I start to like just make the feathers a little shorter. So maybe they only come up to here. Same thing on this side to here. And then here, we start making them really short. And that is pretty much it, you guys. The hard part is making the Murrini, but once you make it, you have a whole bunch of it. So you can make a lot. You could make a whole peacock out of the peacock feathers. Have a great day, everyone. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye.